Aside from traditional long-game investing dogma, we've pondered how some people work hard, yet don't have as much to show for it as others, which leads us to believe that effort, without equally awesome long-term habits, is a pitfall we all want to bypass. If we think of the compounding effects of habits, in the same we think of the compounding effects of financial returns, it's easy to see how micro-habits may slowly snowball to build wealth over time. In today's video, we will be talking about some habits that will make you rich if you follow them. Without further ado, let's begin. Automate savings. Save 20% of net pay. Thomas Corley comments in his book, "Every saver investor in my study consistently saved 20% or more of their net pay each paycheck," and went on to note that once a month, the saver investors would then transfer their accumulated 10% monthly savings into an investment account. If saving 20% is not an option for you right now, don't be deterred. Even saving as little as $5 a day can make a huge difference towards your long-term financial outcomes. Sean Potter, an economic blogger that goes by the pen name The Money Wizard, shares how he started by saving $5 a day and built on this habit to create a nest egg over time. Invest a portion of savings. Here's where regular savings, regular investing, and time can create some staggering results. Corley comments that because saver investors consistently invested their savings, their money compounded over time. When they started, this compound interest was not very significant. But after 10 years, they began to accumulate significant wealth. Towards the final years of their working lives, the saver investors, in Corley's study, wealth grew to an average of $3.3 million. Be extremely frugal. One of the common denominators for all of the participants in Corley's self-made millionaire cohort was they were all really good at being frugal. To become more frugal, he suggests you are aware of how you spend money, focus on quality products and services, and where possible shop around for the lowest price. It goes without saying that frugality alone will not make you rich. It is just one habit in the matrix of wealth building. Aim for multiple sources of income. Thomas Corley noticed that of the self-made millionaires studied there was a tendency to develop multiple income streams and not just rely on one single source of income. Corley states, "3 seemed to be the magic number in my study," adding that 65% had at least 3 streams of income that they created prior to making their first $1 million. Examples of secondary income streams include but are not limited to rental property income, investments, second part-time job, and part ownership in a side business. Have an emergency fund. When observing the habits of the rich compared with those of the poor, Corley identified what he refers to as the bucket system. Self-made millionaires with rich habits allocated their savings into 4 general categories: retirement savings, specific expenses, unexpected expenses, and cyclical expenses. While all 4 of these categories are part of long-game investing frameworks, the saving and budgeting for any unexpected expenses is a common reminder tip in the Investor Week literature. Read daily. Corley observed that across those with rich habits, there was a preference to be educated rather than entertained, with 88% of the Corley's participants devoting 30 minutes or more each day to self-education or self-improvement reading. 3 types of books prove most popular: biographies of successful people, personal development books, and history books. Dedicate time to thinking. It might not seem like much, but Corley noticed that the rich give themselves at least 15 minutes a day to think. He comments that thinking is key to their success, and observed that the rich tend to think in isolation and in the mornings. Thomas Corley also observed that they spent time every day brainstorming with themselves about numerous things, he said, from careers and finances to health and charity. If you're a fan of learning from others and avoiding unnecessary hard knocks, then have a think about who inspires you. Remember, mentors don't always have to be people you meet with in person. Sometimes mentors can also be people you follow online or books you read. Rise early. This one will make you smile or frown, or maybe even groan at this screen. According to Corley, close to 50% of the self-made millionaires in Corley's study confessed that they woke up at least 3 hours before their workday actually began. While 3 hours might not seem like that much, it allows uninterrupted bandwidth to think, and more importantly provides time free from daily interruptions, unexpected traffic, or meetings that ran long. Thomas Corley comments that disruptions have a psychological effect on us. They can drip into our subconscious and eventually form the belief that we have no control over our life. Instead, by getting up at 5 in the morning to tackle the top 3 things you want to accomplish in your day, allows you to regain control of your life. It gives you a sense of confidence that you, indeed, direct your life. So dust off the alarm clock, or if you are using a smartphone, consider including a simple action prompt in the alarm name, such as "put feet on floor," as this simple instruction can really help to get an early rising habit in motion. Exercise. Up to 60 minutes of exercise in the morning has been scientifically linked with increased brain performance and focus across the day. In relation to this, Corley comments that 76% of the rich aerobically exercise 30 minutes or more every day. This might include walking, jogging, biking, running, you name it. The most important way to select exercise is to choose something you actually kind of enjoy, because that way you will be more likely to stick with it. If you're still not yet convinced, Corley highlights that cardio is not only good for the body, but it's good for the brain. It grows the neurons, brain cells, in the brain. So if exercise has fallen on the back burner, we suggest you look for 10 to 20-minute windows to reintroduce it, and build from there. Sleep 7+ hours a night. If you read Habit 4 about multiple income streams and thought moonlighting was the answer, we caution against burning too much midnight oil. Corley suggests we keep sleep as a priority. He points out that in his study, 89% of the self-made millionaires reported sleeping 7 or more hours every night. He adds that sleep accomplishes so many things behind the scenes, and it's helpful for memory formation. Sleep is critical to success, writes Corley. Arianna Huffington would support this motion, as she learned this the hard way with a bad accident linked to sleep deprivation. Huffington is a key thought leader on the importance of sleep for all people, not just the wealthy. Hang out with other successful people. You may have heard the saying, "You are the company you keep." Meanwhile, Thomas Corley states, relationships are the currency of the wealthy. His study validated the observation that the rich are always on the lookout for individuals who are goal-oriented, optimistic, enthusiastic, and who have an overall positive mental outlook. He comments that when they, the rich, stumble onto someone who fits the bill, they then devote an enormous amount of their time and energy into building a strong relationship. They grow the relationship from a sapling into a redwood. Corley promotes that you are only as successful as those you frequently associate with. So guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.